Tonight, with the crisis in Ukraine, Russia is attacking the capital city of Kyiv. The country's president says at least 137 Ukrainian soldiers are dead after the first day of fighting.
President Biden announces tough new sanctions on more Russian banks and imports, stopping short of sanctioning its leader, Putin. Happening now, we take you live to Ukraine, where it is dark and eerie. It's 3 in the morning in the capital city of Kyiv. People have spent the last 24 hours trying to get out of that city. Ukrainian men ages 18 to 60 cannot leave that country under martial law. It's a temporary law to direct military control of civil functions. Ukrainian officials report Russia has taken control of the Chernobyl power plant. At the same time, the U.S. sending 7,000 troops to Germany to bolster our NATO allies.
Now, Russian troops, each of the red dots you see here, are surrounding the eastern, northern, and southern borders of Ukraine. The U.S. has restricted all commercial flights from here from flying over Ukraine. The Ukrainian ambassador to the U.S. says the country needs more international help.
Do not expect anyone to fight for us, but we expect all the help and all the response the West can send to us.
Here in Colorado, Governor Polis says Colorado is ready to welcome Ukrainian refugees if needed. And he wants to bar any Colorado agency from giving any support to the Russian government. He's also asked for a review of state contracts to determine if the state is doing any business with Russia's state-owned companies. If they are, Polis has ordered those deals with contractors and subcontractors be terminated.
We do have team coverage on what this war is going to mean for us. Sean Boyd there, been talking to our Colorado congressional delegation all day. We want to start with Dillon Thomas joining us from Larimer County. And Dillon, the first impact, of course, is going to be gas prices.
Yeah, Karen, Russia is behind about 12% of the world's gasoline and about 30% of Europe's natural gas. The invasion on the other side of the world will cause shockwaves throughout the economy. Shockwaves which us Coloradans might be feeling right here at the pump.
Oh, they're just outrageous, and they just keep going up.
When there is a supply issue, that will cause ripple effects across the globe.
And that's what many oil and gas producers, as well as economists, believe will happen now that Russia has invaded Ukraine.
And so when you see something like that happen, you know there's going to be an immediate impact to Coloradans, and that is typically going to come at the pump.
We're taking active steps to bring down the cost, and American oil and gas companies should not exploit this moment to hike their prices to raise profits.
But as oil and gas expert Dan Haley noted,
just watching it last night, and I was checking oil prices, I could see the price of oil was going up, went over $100 last night, probably for the first time in 7 years.
Haley is president and CEO of the Colorado Oil and Gas Association.
In the past, you saw prices get this high, you would typically see more activity, more rigs being added to produce that resource. And we're just not seeing that happen in Colorado right now. We've got the energy we need right under our own feet.
But permits to extract the resources are few compared to years past.
We're not going to solve a global energy supply crisis from Colorado, no more than we can solve the climate crisis from Colorado. But we can be a part of the solution on both of those things by generating more energy at home.
Now, Colorado has the second largest natural gas reserve in the entire country, and we are a net energy export, meaning that we actually create more energy than we use ourselves. But experts tell us right now we still do not have enough to make a dent in the problems that could be caused. Some economists telling CBS 4 we could see gas prices beyond $4 a gallon in the coming weeks and months. Reporting live in Larimer County, Dillon Thomas covering Colorado First.
We will prepare